Oi, gather around, you lot, 'cause I'm gonna tell you the best zoggin story you'll ever hear. The tale of the Floaty WAAAGH. So there we was, messing about in the warp, looking for something big and shiny to crump, when suddenly, boom! We standing on this humie ship, biggest zoggin floaty tub I ever laid me red eyes on. They called it the Titanic, or something stupid like that. Now the humies, they was already screaming and running about like grots with their heads chopped off. Turns out they'd hit some big icy rock, an iceberg, they said. But we orcs didn't care about no icy rocks. All we saw was a big fight brewing and loads of shiny loot. So, we got right to business, bashing up the place and shouting, "Whoa!" at the top of our lungs. The humies tried to stop us. Ha! A bunch of weedy little gits with tiny bang-bang shooters. One even swung a stick at me. Can you believe it? Made me laugh so hard I almost forgot to crump him! We tore through the ship like proper boys, smashing furniture, ripping down curtains, and grabbing all the shiny stuff we could find. One of the boys found a humie hat, big, shiny, and real fancy-like. And next thing you know, we all started wearing them. Hats for the WAAAGH! They even had these big rooms filled with gold spoons, plates, and chandeliers. Real humie nonsense. So we nicked it all and smashed what we didn't want. Then, right when we was thinking this ship couldn't get any better, the mech boys found the engine room. Ooh, you should have seen it. Great big pipes, spinny wheels, and fire everywhere. They was like grots in a junkyard, shouting, "This is the best gubbins we've ever seen!" They got right to work, bolting on extra scrap metal, cranking all the knobs, and stuffing a few grots into the gears to see what'd happen. Turns out it made the ship go faster. We was laughing our heads off as the humies started screaming, "It's sinking faster! We're all doomed!" Ha! Doom! They don't know fun when they see it. Meanwhile, the Warboss, big old Grimgutz, stomped his way up to the bridge where the humie boss was hiding. Fancy-looking git in a hat even shinier than ours. Grimgutz says, "Oi, this floaty tub is mine now." And the humie boss starts blubbering something about saving his ship. So Grimgutz crumps him, sits down in the biggest chair he can find, and declares himself the Floaty King. The boys loved it, started shouting, "All hail Grimgutz, the king of the Titanic." We painted the walls with Orky glyphs and smashed a few more bits to make it feel like home. Now, about this time, the ship starts breaking in half. Big old crack right down the middle. Water's pouring in, humies is screaming, and the boys, we's having the time of our lives. Some of us climbed up on the wobbly bits and started surfing them like proper daredevils, yelling, "Waah!" Others grabbed the humie lifeboats, smashed a few for fun, and turned the rest into Orky war rafts with shooters and spikes bolted on. One of the mech boys even managed to rig up a floaty platform with a turret. Now, that was a sight. The humies was trying to paddle away, crying about saving themselves. But we just laughed and threw bits of the ship at them. Best part? The Warboss took the fanciest lifeboat for himself, decorated it with skulls and scrap, and declared it his new flagship. We called it the Floaty Gork. Finally, the Titanic went all the way under, making the biggest splash we ever seen. We all cheered, "Wah!" as it sank, and Grimgutz stood on his raft, yelling, "This is the greatest battle in Orky history!" We spent the rest of the night floating round on bits of wreckage, fighting each other for fun, and looking for more humies to crump. Some humies got away, but they was boring, paddling off into the darkness like scared grots. Meanwhile, we was planning our next WAAAGH, calling ourselves the Titanik Boyz, the kings of the sea. So that's the story, yuggets. How we turned some humie disaster into the best zoggin day ever. Now shut your yap and pass me chopper. I'm feeling like finding another floaty tub to crump.